Alyssa, hi.
Hi.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what I'm getting in my brain right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is. They're like, nice to meet you. They have a very distinct voice. Let me tell you that, and they're quite friendly. And but you're like the greatest gift to God for them. Just FYI, like you're a. I know this is gonna sound cliche, but it's not in my brain because I don't say this that often. But it's like you're an angel to them essentially, and they think that you are amazing, and but yet at the same time, like you can get on his ass really quickly, so amazing and annoying at the same time, and they love you for that, like both of those feelings. So it's they just why what so you and him were still together at the time of his departure?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's like, I said, so what happened? Did you break up and you offed yourself? And he's like, baby, he's like, I never left. I never left you. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And I'm like, I got you. I got you. We'll talk about it. Hold on, let me turn on my spirit box. Oh, do you mind? Okay, do you mind if I try to see if he can set off my devices? Do you mind if I do that real
No,
quick?
not at all. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so I have my spirit box on because he's coming through. So boom. If you see me look at my phone's dying, so I have it on the charger. Normally I have it over
Okay.
here. So let me grab I didn't turn it on today, but now I think he'll be able to do it. So hold on. Just stay with me. I'm grabbing my
Okay.
battery for it. And then hang on. What we're gonna do. Is this on? Oh, it's dead. Good. I need to get more. Hang on. This okay, we're gonna put one of these here. Hang on. You know, I've never met a nice Brad before. So this is going to
Really?
be. Oh, yeah. No, I dated two Brads and they were both douche canoes. So
That's
this is really.
hilarious.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to put this down because otherwise it's going to kill it. Okay. So you're just going to hear me kind of talk to myself in just a second. I'm just talking to him. Hold on. I don't want the mic to be around this. It gets really loud. Okay. All right. So let that go off. All right. Clearly you can see that. Maybe. Hmm. Hmm. Hold on. I'm looking. I'm looking. I just feel him. I feel him in my head. Hang on. Where are you at?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Can we see it? Can we? Okay. Is that there? Okay. I want to make sure that you can see it too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Hold on. So give me a second. Hold on. Soul. I know you have a soul. Okay. So essentially, I'm just going to explain it to him. Okay. I gotta get really calm. Hold on. So I'm essentially saying, I just got all these goosebumps. I said, this is your girlfriend. This is the love of your life. This is everything. I said, I know that you're here and you're hopping in my brain and I can feel you. So I want you to take and use my energy and my focus. I have these little devices back here that you can try to touch. He is in heaven. He's making me feel very light. You can touch that and you can touch those and it'll go off. I saw smoke. And what are you doing? Okay, stay with me. Okay. So just be. Hold on. What was going on? But y'all never had any kids together, though, correct? You did.
No, we do.
You do? Okay, is that where the boy? Was that where the son comes into play too?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like okay, he's very nice. He can be a little grody though. He goes, "Oh, I'll put one in her," and I was like, "Shut up! What are you talking about?" And then he says, "I'm like, oh my god," and he's talking about the son. Or there's more. We'll talk about all. Are there three altogether?
Uh, we have one son and then we had two dogs that were
Two
like our kids.
dogs.
So
Okay, that's good. Okay, so that's that. Because he goes like this. He says, "Oh, but the other ones will get jealous." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Oh, I love all three." And I'm like, "Okay, so yes, I call my dog my child." And where? But both of the other dogs are still alive though at this point, correct?
well, so we've had three dogs total.
Uh
Two
huh.
of them have passed. One just passed like a couple weeks ago.
That's that. Okay, because he goes like this. He made me feel the feeling of like, if it's not crossed, it's going to be crossed very soon. And it's because it just passed. So he says the dogs are with him. Okay. And why? Tell me. Hold on. Hold on. Why? What do you mean, why? I don't think he's still a little bit confused as to why he died. Why? Hold on. Hold on. How were you able to touch his face post passing? How were you able to do that? Where is that? You were not with him when he died, though, correct?
No, I was.
That's why you're touching him. Okay, because he's
Yeah.
making me, that's why, because he's making me feel this, and he's making me feel a kiss and like, I love you, and saying this, and he's saying, I know, I know, I know, I'm out, I'm out, I'm watching, I'm watching, I'm watching. And so he knows. He knows.
Yeah, I sat there
And
rubbing his face for like an hour, just yeah.
that's why. Yeah, he's okay. He knows. He knows all about that. And he's talking about after he died. I was like, why? Where are you at? And why? Hold on. He is in heaven, so it's a little bit harder for him to set these things up, but we'll see. Now he's saying up to the challenge. Are you? Is he like 5'8"? How tall was he?
Like 5'11", I think.
Okay, so he's just a tiny bit shorter than me. Okay, so I'm like almost, I'm like 5'11", 6 feet. I'm huge. And he's talking about how I can go up against you. I was like, how big are you? He says, shorter than you. I was like, you don't seem that short. I'm like, what is that? So like we're talking shit back and forth. And he's when he passed, had he not had a haircut in a while or something when he crossed?
Yeah, so he was bald, but his
That's
hair was
why.
growing out, and I even said to him, I was like, "This is the longest I've ever seen your hair."
That's it. Okay, because he's talking about the haircut I had today, and I had it growing out, and I got it shaved off, and he's talking about having that comment back and forth. So this means also that he was with me, and he was trying to prep getting in my brain. And why? Oh, what is it? Hold on. He says, and today. I go, what is today? And he says, hold on. What is February about? What is February about?
That's our son's or his birthday is in February.
Boom, there you go. Okay, okay, because he just showed me 27th, and for some reason my brain was stuck on today's the 27th, and he's like, no, dumbass. He was like, February. I'm like, okay, two. And he's learning where he watches him all the time. He's very high. I don't even feel his body. I just, where? And you're not married or anything to anybody else at this point though, correct? Okay,
No.
good. Okay, because I go like this. I said, so what about her? What's going on with like relationship wise? He goes, I still sleep with her. And I go, oh, okay. I said, where is, the person she's married to or dating? He goes, no. He's like, it's me. I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. And he's talking about how so he wanted to get you a ring, but he just wasn't there yet. He didn't have like the money all the way for it yet, or what was going on with that? That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
He's talking about my wedding ring, which is partially my grandmother's and partially the one my husband bought me. And he says, that's nice. That's nice. He says, I couldn't afford that yet. He says, I want to, but I just didn't get the time yet. I was like, why not? I was like, she has your fucking kid. Sorry, I'm talking crap to him. And he says, but we are. And I go, okay. So he's showing me like putting it on. And tell me, so is this the bed you have right now? Is it the same bed y'all had before?
Yeah.
Okay, because he just showed me. I guess maybe that's the bed. Is that the bed reflected in your
Yeah.
TV?
It's right here, yeah, so you could see
It
the
is.
reflection probably, yeah.
Is that it? Okay, cool. Sorry, it looked like I was like maybe that's a painting, but he showed
Yeah.
me hopping on top of it, and he goes, "This is my bed." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And who? Where? Samson. Hang on. Oh, did we have a dog with a B name?
No. Well,
Okay,
yeah, in the name.
Okay, no, it would have to be because somebody shows me like Bailey, Bentley, Benny, Benji, stuff like that, which is all B names. So hold on, stay with me. We'll figure it out. Hang on. Unless it was like BJ, that would be the only other thing. But I've never heard of a dog called BJ. Tell me when. What is no? What does that mean? He keeps making me feel water sign, and then I asked him Scorpio. As I was going to say November, and he says no. And hold on. Okay, go back. He's trying to talk about everything. Hold on, I'm syncing up with him again.
He's very all over.
He is. Well, he just went from trying to talk about somebody that's a water sign, and we'll get into that. Don't say anything. And then he started trying to tell me about what like his favorite thing to snack on, which apparently was some sort of trash. I don't know why. Like if somebody liked gas station beef jerky, I don't think that was it. But like it's something. Was he on the road a lot?
No.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, no, he wasn't on the road a lot, but one of his jobs had to do with people that were, so I don't know if that's maybe.
Oh, no, remember, so that may be a thing because I haven't done everything. I haven't seen every career. And so he's trying, so I'll tell you where this takes my brain. So he shows me beef jerky. He shows me cheap beef jerky. You get it from gas stations. You get cheap beef jerky when you're a man and you're on the road and you're driving a lot, or you're doing this. So you see, boop, 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 boop. That's how signs work in my brain. And so he's talking about that, but then he's talking about how, but they didn't want to pay him enough to be like the manager. What was he in charge of then?
So he's had several jobs. It could be like the most recent one because he just not the most recent, the one before that, because he worked a lot and was there a lot and they weren't paying him what they should for it.
Should have paid him.
Yeah.
He's okay, thank you. Yeah, he's like, they're not paying me. I said, so you were in management? He's like, no, they would pay me enough to be in that. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay. And why? What happened? He's very happy that he doesn't have to work anymore, but y'all also didn't get any life insurance from him or anything? Really? Fuckhead. Hold on. Give me a sec. I said, why did you sign up for that? Hang on. Give me a second. Where? He's like, what? Hold on. So do you sleep with his jacket on, or were you sleeping with like his like zip up jacket on or something?
Oh yeah, I sleep with all his stuff on.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
He just went through and he made me feel a jacket of like my ex-boyfriend that I had and zipped it up. And I was like, that's interesting. And then he's talking about you being bundled. And I'm like, all right. And hold on. We're going back to passing. Tell me. Amethyst. That's February again. Okay, what about him? Hang on. And that son, as of right now, doesn't have autism or anything, correct?
No.
Correct. Okay. I'm gonna call him your husband. He's not your boyfriend.
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
Okay,
He was.
Yeah, he is. He must have ADHD.
I always
the
said
way
that.
he yes, because the way he's like bing 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 bing, and that does translate when you cross over because that's your energy, that's your vibe. Where? I think he's just trying to have a conversation about your son. He says, no, he doesn't have ADHD. No, he doesn't have anything like this. He says, like, he's focused. He's a good boy or he's a good guy. And he's talking about how is your son, and he's in school, or I mean, obviously not today, but is he like right now, but is he about to go into school?
Not yet. I was thinking about it this year, but next year he'll start.
Next year. Okay, so okay, gotcha. Because he
Yeah.
says school. And I'm like, bout or about? Okay, yes. So good. So please do that. He's going to be with him when that happens. And why? So that's the February birthday again. Tell me where. Hmm. Where? They ended up having him on like hospice for him.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I said, so where are you at? Were you in your bed or like, what's up? Or where did she find you? And he goes, no. He says, everybody was watching me die. I'm like, okay, I have read everybody today has been murdered, committed suicide, died, got hit by a car. Like, and he's like, no, this is good. I'm like, thank God. And why? Hey, I mean, it's not good from our standards, but
Yeah.
from channeling people, it's good. And why? Hang on. Come here, Brad. When you and him met, did y'all end up moving like forward in your relationship very quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. He's talking about he says, "Oh man, when we met." He goes, "It's inseparable." And I go, "Oh." And then he keeps flashing to the moment of you going and touching his face and saying, "She loved me. She really loved me." She like that's his energy. Like he knew you loved him, but when he passed, he could feel it. He could see it all. And there was this, whoa, I can't even fully describe it. It's just like coming to this big epiphany. And he thanks you so much for that. And I'm going to have to tell you the reason, oh man, the reason why y'all met is so that you could be with him at the end of his life. That was the whole thing. Because if he was with anybody else, they were all shitty, like before. And you didn't need to be with anybody else. And the reason why you got together was because you were the person that was meant to see him out, no matter how tragic that was. And mm, he just keeps saying it was always meant to be. I go, I know. And tell me where. Oh, did you get pregnant within like a year?
Mm, no, it was 3 or 4 years, maybe.
Three?
Yeah,
Really? Okay, that far. Okay, because he says it was quick. And for me,
it
quick is like a
was
year.
3. But like
Three.
when
Okay.
when it happened really fast when it did.
It
Yeah.
did. Okay, that may be where that's coming from. Just because he's talking about how fast, and I'm like, okay. And why? Tell me. Where? John, is that where Jonathan comes into play? Hang on. Give me a second. What happened with you? Did all of your hair fall out because you're older? Hang on. Hang on. He was born in what? Like 88? When was he born?
76.
He was older. Okay, gotcha. Because he goes like this. He says older than you, dumbass. And I'm like, what? I'm born in 89. So I'm like, maybe 88. So he's 76. Okay, gotcha. And why? Hold on. Tell me. I don't know. Hang on. He's showing me that which leads to steroids normally. Unless he was just having a lot of water retention. Hang on. Give me a second. Why? But they never did radiation on him. They did chemo though.
No.
Neither of them. That's why. Okay. Because he keeps talking about bloating or something, but then he looks thin at the end of his life. And he's why? What? So why is it? Why is it? Hang on. He shows me two spots, which is weird. And so I'm saying, show me. Hold on. It's nothing with the brain. Hold on. Where? Hang on. Walk me through. Your mother. What Maybe this is something I haven't seen before. Hmm. Did he end up having something like his It's weird. He doesn't have brain cancer, but then he keeps hitting with his head over and over, which means just like talking about it. But there's nothing that goes on with it. Unless when we found out that he wasn't, I guess, feeling good or something, was he getting really dizzy all the time?
Yeah,
Okay.
the night that everything happened, I woke up because he fell over in the kitchen and he couldn't stand up without falling over. And then it happened a couple times more that night before I finally got him to go to the hospital.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, he keeps going, Amy. And I go, what? And I'm going through everything. And then he's making me feel woo. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
what
had to like
is?
walk him to the bathroom and everything because he couldn't walk.
Oh, that poor baby. Okay, okay. And before, tell me why what is cardiomyopathy? That's weird. Hang on, give me a second. So, was he dealing with like minor blood clots all over? Or what are tiny little circles? What is all that about? What was he dealing with?
He was throwing up blood.
That's all the blood. That's why he keeps showing me blood like boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. And what was that from? What was going on with that? What was the key?
Uh, he had a blockage at first, and then he
Hmm.
had liver failure, and then it led to kidney failure.
Yep. There you go. Okay. Okay. Because he keeps showing me dizzy. He kept showing me organ failure. Then he kept showing me blood, 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 clot, or whatever this clots. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, I have no idea. And then, but that was not from having hepatitis and not from that. That was from just like, he didn't have intestinal cancer. What was all that from?
So he used to be a big drinker.
That's why.
So I don't know if, but also he was having wisdom tooth pain and he was taking a lot of Tylenol. And I
Oh,
really
fuck.
think deep down that it was the Tylenol that did it.
I have read people that have died of Tylenol.
Yeah. And they tried to
Hmm.
say it was alcohol and it pissed me off because they were gaslighting me and everything. And I'm like, I know that this is not from that.
No, well, let me tell you, I read people that die of alcoholism and that have liver failure from alcohol, and they will talk about that. This is not from that. This is not from that. This is from
I
something
knew
else.
it.
So, yeah,
I
a
knew
thousand
it.
percent, honey. So you are very correct on that, and that's why he's so light, because if he would have drinking himself silly and gone to that point, he would not be in such a high state. He'd be a little bit lower.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so don't what you were correct on that. And with because he didn't have enough money to get his wisdom teeth pulled and he didn't want to take off to get them pulled.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And where? Why? What is 7-Eleven? What is July?
So it's his birthday and our anniversary, and then he also died in July.
That's the
Yeah.
water sign. Okay, that's a lot altogether. Okay, remember earlier I was like, he's talking about a water sign, and I just like paused. So he comes back and he keeps showing me my birthday is 11/7, so he flipped it, and then he's talking about July. And why? So he's apologizing for that. Who is like right around what is it right around the 28th of July? What is that?
So our anniversary is the 21st.
That's pretty damn close. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, yep, okay. And he's saying like, I'm sorry, honey, that I'm not there. And then where? Hold on. Give me a second. His mom was still alive though at that point, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she showed up to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. He says, thank you for having her there. Hold on. He says, like, I love her. And you still talk to her though?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that's so surprising. That's never a thing when these cases happen like this. He goes like this. He says, like, can you tell my mom hi? Can you tell my mom I love her? And I go, okay. And she is a good grandmother for your son?
Yeah. She's so sweet.
Good. 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 Oh, that is so if I have 100 cases like this, one of them is like you. One. And so that's so great.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's so special. And where? And so she lives like within an hour from here. Where does she live?
She lives in Arizona.
Oh, so far away. Okay, gotcha. Because he goes like this. He says, make sure you take the trip to see her. Make sure you go to see her. But then he says it's not that far. So I'm like, maybe it's an hour. And obviously it is. But he's just talking about going to check her out. And then where? So he was more from the breadbasket? What are you talking about? Hang on. Was somebody like around Indiana area or like Pennsylvania or something?
Illinois.
Oh, the breadbasket. That's all a part of it. Okay, sorry. That's interesting. I've never had anybody talk. That was something off a map that they pulled. And he says like reppin' my state. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And hang on. He doesn't like that it's so cold, but at that point too, y'all have not moved out of Illinois yet?
We did, yeah.
You did. Where did you end up moving to? Where was
To
that at?
Florida.
That's why he said I don't like that it's so cold. And why? Tell me. Oh. I'm asking him, is he the reason why I heard Boca Raton last session? And he says he can't afford that. And I said, I get it. It's fucking expensive. And Sarasota. Hold on. Where? Oh my God, I don't know Florida very well. Hang on. You're not Tallahassee. Are you more like right around Clearwater area or like that area? Oh
St.
my
Pete.
God. Yes, I know. Okay, sorry. I look at maps. I study cities on the map of states, and then this is what it looks like in my brain. He's showing me the thing of Florida, and then it's like, woo, and I'm like, oh my God, fucking just choose one. And why? He likes living there. Where? I wish what? Did we end up cremating him?
Yeah.
Good. And you have a lot of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. I said, did they bury you? I say, I know mom is really sweet, but sometimes they're not that sweet. And he goes, no. He goes, my love has me. I'm like, oh my God. And why? Pepe Le Pew, he's showing me like kissing. Where? Oh. So are you like 15 years younger than him?
He's 16.
Shut up. Good job. Okay. I go like this. I said, so when is her birthday? I said, if you're like 10, I said, she's like what? I said, she's not born in 85. Nothing like that. He goes, he says, I'm more like your parents. And I was like, what are you? My parents are 20 years apart. And then he shows me -4, -5. That's that. And he's talking about how he just gave you a seashell in my brain. Hold on. Give me a second. You live in Florida. What does that mean? I like him. He's very perky. What? Is this an apartment, not a house where we're at right now?
Yeah, this is an apartment.
It is. Okay, it looks at the big ass ceilings. I was like, I said,
Yeah.
so what do you think of your house? Show me your house. He was like, well, it is, but it's an apartment. We rent. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's saying like we rent. So he's living with you still. And tell me, what is it? I'm gonna ask him some interesting questions right now.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I like to ask him things. Let me also look through here real quick, and I want to see if he said anything interesting. Okay, so I'm looking at like the text log. Hang on. It said fuck.
Yeah, that was his favorite word.
Like legit. So there you go. There it is. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's funny. I've never seen that on there before. Oh my God, it just said jerk off. How funny. Joseph. Okay, that's my dad. Hang on. Oh, he says I'm flying. He does fly. That was earlier. Hold on. Let me see. Bond, very high man. He's very high, just higher vibrational state. Hold on, me used to. He says I'm safe. Um, hang on. Queen. Wait. Hold on, I'm seeing. And he didn't music. Hang on. Oh, it says I love and hold on. It says session. Hold on. Come here, you can do this. Hang on. Okay, let me go over here. How funny. I've never had that shown up before in my life. It just said I had pain. He must have been in a ton of pain. Hold on. It was a Tylenol. They always talk about how painful Tylenol is to die from. Hold on. Hold on. And you don't really drink milk at all, correct? Like you have it, but you don't drink it.
I hate milk.
Okay, so here comes the weird. Remember, I said I'm going to ask him interesting questions? I said, is there anything that she doesn't like? That's what I'm asking. I said, as far as that, you were talking about food earlier. He opened the fridge and he poured milk and cereal. And I said, oh, does she have that? And he goes, no, she doesn't like milk, but we have to have it for the kid or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, I gotcha. And he's talking about how, so now I'm going to ask him other things. Hang on, where? Chicken? Chicken what? Hold on. Where? Hang on. So you didn't get takeout tonight. You fed him just at home tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I said, what about chicken? And she goes, I said, did she get like to go tonight? No. Here. And did he have like noodles and chicken or what did he have?
He had chicken.
He had chicken. There you go. Okay. Yes, so he knows
And
about that.
I ate a
What?
lean cuisine with noodles and chicken. It's crazy.
There you go. Done. So he was with you and he was watching this. This is the fun part. So this is when I asked him, like, what do you see? He keeps showing me, and you still have his shoes in your closet though at this point, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just flowed into a closet and then he showed me like the backs of shoes like that. And then, but all the shoes are on the ground. They're not up though, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
I go,
on the
where are they
ground,
at?
yeah.
Yep. Okay. I said, does she have them put up? He goes, no, they're down. I go, good. And then he's talking about how he just showed me rap. Hold on, give me a second. He made me hear a song. Where? So he kind of liked all genres of music, I guess, a little bit. Like he was very fun. Yeah, because he made me hear dum dum dum, like Changes by Tupac, and then he went into like EDM, which is random, and then yeah, like
Tupac's
all of it.
his favorite, absolute favorite. He has Tupac socks, Tupac shirt, like talks about it all the time. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Okay, wait. This is what I just heard in my brain. Hold on. It just said bro. Wait, let me show you. Hold on. See? Okay, so he's talking about I met him. That's what legit he just said. Hold on. Oh, that's so great. This is what I just heard in my brain. Hold on. Let me see if you'll hold on. It's a commercial.
Okay.
Hold on. Give it 30 seconds or 20 seconds. I'm gonna keep. Okay. So I go, what's like your favorite music? And he's playing everything, just like little bit by little bit. And then, come on. There we go. Sponsored. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is all I heard. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
That's yeah, that
Yep.
is all I heard. And
Oh,
I'm
he'd
like,
always blast this in the car and try to rap every word to it, but he would never get the words right, so I'd make fun of him.
so yes, he has met Tupac
Wow.
apparently in heaven, and he was able to pull that out of my brain to show you that he's around. So this also means that I'm going to tell you that song is going to be a sign from him, or I would say anything Tupac. Okay.
Okay.
So if you are out and about and you're like at the grocery store and you like, I want you to really pay attention to your environment when you're out. Okay. Because I bet when you're at the grocery store and you're picking stuff up, there's going to be people that walk by and they're like, man, Tupac though. And you'll be like, what? It's because he placed you there in that moment. Like he can see everything. So he made
Wow.
that happen. Okay. So just let me know, email me when that happens.
Yeah, I
And
will.
then wait, hold on. Okay, let's see what else. Hold on. So this excited feeling that I have, this is when you talk to him, this is the energy that he needs to come through and talk. So if we get too sad and heavy, it's hard for him to like come through because he's a higher spirit. Hold on. Give me a second, but you gotta also focus. So I have to shut up. Hang on. What? Look at you in your little cargo shorts. Hang on. What are you doing? Hold on. What? So he had like an old tattoo on his arm or something? Like right here? What is that about? It's nothing about you. What is that?
He had a tattoo of a cross, and then he had a tattoo of Archangel Michael.
That's why he would be talking about that. All
And he
right,
was
cool, cool,
very
cool.
proud of them.
Well, he's trying to show them to me. He's like, look at this. And so he's just talking. So I would even say that would be two separate messages. One, look at my tattoo. Number two, I found God. Okay. And why? Who? Were you? He's like, I wanted to name my son Gabriel. I was like, I know that that didn't happen. And why? Hold on. Where? Oh. You didn't have preeclampsia at all when you were pregnant, though, right?
No,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Did you, and you didn't have to go on bed rest so at the end of your time, correct?
no.
Good. Good, good, good. I'm asking him about your pregnancy. I'm just like pulling things out of my brain. And he's like, nope, nope, nope. Hold on. Tell me. You don't like bananas either?
I do.
Weird. I don't know why he's talking about that. You don't have any at your house right now, though, correct?
I don't think so. That's a good
Okay,
question.
that's a
My son eats them like crazy, so we always don't. So I don't know if we
that's
do.
okay. Okay, email me and let me know. He's talking about bananas, and then he goes, he has you pick it up, open it up, and then give it away. That may be because you're giving it to your son. I bet that's where that's coming
Probably.
from. Okay, and why? Where? Oh, cuties. Those are oranges. Okay, so come back. So apparently you feed him very healthily, which is really good, and he likes this. And he's talking about how is she? No. You're not gonna try to get your boobs done though, right?
No.
Okay, that's so random. He went through and he goes, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? And hold on. And right now you're not, I mean, you look great. You're not trying to lose weight or anything like that right now, correct?
No.
Good.
I was
Okay, do
before,
not.
now I'm just kind of not anymore. I don't
Good.
really
Okay,
care.
so that's what this is called. That's what he's talking about. So he goes, "Oh my God, she looks great. Look at her. Oh, she don't lose weight or don't try to. You look good." That's where that's coming into play. And how? Why are you talking about New Orleans now? Um, where? Hmm. Why is he bringing up Texas? You don't have family there. He doesn't have family there. What is with Texas? Are y'all going? Are you flying soon and have a layover in Dallas or something?
He was supposed to go there before, or maybe he did go there before for work.
For work. Okay, because I'm in Texas, like
Yeah.
right outside of Dallas, and he's talking about it. And I'm like, he says, but only slight. So I think he's trying to say that he's been there, he's experienced it, but he's not living there. I go, okay.
Yeah, I think
And
it was like
he
Midland, Texas or something he went
way
to.
the fuck out there. Okay, so two
Yeah.
hours west of Dallas. Okay. And he, why? Hold on. What? Tell me about her. Are you like a 7.5 shoe?
Yeah.
Yes. Good job. Sorry, I go tell me her shoe size. So these are things you can't look up or find.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so he just showed me a shoe. I was like, good. And he what? Hold on, let's see if he can tell me his. Wait. No. Are we gonna conservatively say that he was like a 10.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Okay. Yeah, he says a little bit less than your husband. I said, my husband's like 11.5. And he's like, not that. Yeah, I go, okay. That's the communication style. And he, where? What are you doing? What does she like? What does that mean? You were not, I mean, everybody was a Harry Potter fan at some point, but you're not like a Harry Potter fan at all anymore, correct? You just liked it in the very beginning when it came out a long time ago?
No, I never we always said we wanted to watch it but never did.
But never did.
So,
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, you should probably watch it.
okay.
You should probably watch all of them and then tell me if you get any feelings from him when you're doing that.
Okay.
Okay? And why? Tell me. Kurt Cobain. Hold on. Where? Somebody just said fuck California. That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
And
That sounds like
that
him.
yeah, he goes, man, fuck California. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm here for it. I rescued a person. And he feels that way 1,000%. And then tell me why I love him. What? So what do you see now? So mom's mom, yes, she's crossed. And so he's there with her. And how? Her what? Do you not talk to your dad at all?
No, I talked to my dad.
Ah, okay. He didn't like his dad? That's why. Because he says, like, dad's a piece of shit. And I'm like, maybe you don't talk to your dad. Okay, that's him. And
Yeah,
he,
we've been having some stuff lately.
I get it. I get it. Okay. Well, he knows about it and he doesn't like it and he still doesn't like it. And tell me, what were you doing? Hang on. He's talking about my headphones. Hold on. Hold on. What about them? And you have like a pair of like Apple earbud headphones though, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Are they like giving you an issue?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why that's important. Mine are a
Mine
different
aren't
brand, and
working, so I've been using his. And then the little rubber piece keeps falling off his.
that is why. There you go. Okay, yeah, that's it. So he knows about that. He knows that you have them. He knows that you're using them, and he knows that yours are having issues. And why? Tell me what else. What about it? She. And you don't. Did the dogs used to sleep in bed with you?
Mhm.
Okay, because he's talking about how the dogs still sleep in bed with you, but you can't see them and they're all around you. And I'm like, good. And he's talking about it's like this party, essentially in bed. And your son does sleep with you most nights?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I said, so does she now sleep all alone? I said, what's going on? And she goes, no. And I go, okay. And he says, I'm there, son's there, everybody's there. And why? He just talked about Candace. So he was a conspiracy theory guy too. He liked that type of stuff?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Well, most of the conspiracy theories end up being true, so they're
No,
not
I
very
know.
conspiracy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, he just talked about Candace Owens in my brain, which is kind of interesting. I've never had that brought up before.
He's got very
And
strong opinions.
absolutely he does. Believe me, and that comes through on the other side. And they can see everything. And the more that I do this, everything happens for a reason. We just don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah.
And why? He had a older brother?
No.
Weird. Okay, he's talking about a gentleman that's older than him by like 2 or 3 years, but it doesn't feel like he has a best friend that was older than him by 2 or 3 years because you were his best friend, correct? He didn't hang out with other guys normally, correct?
I mean, he did have friends, but not really. Every once in
Yeah,
a while, but not really.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to figure out who that person is. It's okay. My husband, I'm his only friend.
Yeah, that's
Because
us.
yes, I get it. And why? Tell me where, what? I'm gonna ask him, how'd you meet? Hang on. Let's see. Now, mind you, I haven't been in every single situation, so let me
Yeah.
know if it's correct, okay? But what? Uh, He just said, looking for love. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Hold on. So you didn't meet through friends, you met online?
No.
Weird. Okay, because he texts, he messages you. Um, Hang on. You didn't meet at a party. Hang on. You didn't meet through cousins. Hang on. How'd you meet? Hold on. Stay with me. Where? Where? You didn't used to go dancing. Hang on. Hold on. He's shaking your hand. You didn't work together. Hold on. Did you like randomly meet him out somewhere?
He used to come into my work.
That's the shaking of the hand. So it was very proper at first. That's why. Okay, okay. Because he says, I'm like, not through family, not through friends, not through online, not through this. And then he says, just passing by. And I'm like, it's not a bar. What is that? And so you were in like customer service at that point? What were you doing?
I was working in a bar then.
That okay, because I hear, okay, thank you, have a great night, or have a good day, like that. I'm like, okay, so it's not a nurse. Okay, so that's why, okay. And why? Tell me. He goes, I thought she was so pretty. I thought like, that's what it makes me feel. And I go, oh my God. And why? Hang on. So he would just like come in and see you all the time after that?
Mm-hmm.
Constantly? Okay, he goes, I would sit there and I'd make googly eyes.
Uh-huh.
And I go, oh, okay. And then gradually, hold on. So gradually you just gave it a shot.
Yeah,
I
pretty
mean, legit.
much.
Yeah, okay, okay. And he says, like, best thing ever. I go, good, good, good. So were you working at like almost like a restaurant bar, just like a dive bar? It wasn't a real fancy place?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Because he's just I don't drink anymore. I've only been to like two bars in my life, and he's just showing me like like glowing red light or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that means it's a little bit more intimate. And where? He said like Chili's. You didn't work at Chili's bar. Hold on, give me a second. Why? He's talking about hot wings. So did he really like those or something?
No, I do.
You do. Okay, so you like the flats more than the drums?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to know how that works? Are you ready for this? How did all that come to play? So I
Yes.
walked out. I had 5 minutes in between sessions. I walked out there to the kitchen to go get some more tea, and my husband said I ordered wings. And I go, great, I have Crohn's, I can't eat them, like, because I'll just poop myself silly for like a week. So he's eating wings, I walk back in. As soon as I walk in, my phone lights up. He sent me a text, and it's like, oh, if you have somebody that likes flats more than drumsticks, he only likes drumsticks. So your husband just popped in, talked about my husband Chris, talked about the flats video he sent me, and put it together and said that's what you like.
That is so funny. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yeah. So now let's ponder this. Does everything happen for a reason?
Yes.
Yes, 1,000%. So as you know how they talk, you realize that literally everything happens for a reason, and they're always trying to get messages across. And when you're a medium or you learn how to channel them, you have to be like super attentive to what's happening around you, and then they'll pull those memories and pop them back in your brain, and you just have to
Wow.
learn how to put it together as English. It's like constant doing gymnastics in your brain, but that's also how he talks to you. So like if you go through and you see something like, you know, Ariel, like Little Mermaid, you're like, why the fuck did I see that? There's a reason, and you just have to ask why, and they'll tell you gradually, and you just have to learn the language. Your husband's not
Yeah.
gone. He's going to be with you for the rest of your life and your son's life, because he just loves you. You're his person.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I never want you to think that you're alone. I never want you to think that you're stuck. I never want you to think that he has left you, because he hasn't. And he's been annoying me all day, apparently. And I love that he annoys me all day. Keep going. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And he will still try to come in and talk to me in like the next even 2 or 3 days too. So it's just if I am listening and like not paying attention to something else. So if you get an email from me saying like, does this make sense? That's what's going to happen. Okay. So
Yeah.
for right now, before I have to run to my next session or my actually a student follow-up, do you have any questions for me or the love of your life that is clearly around and is okay?
I don't even know. I don't think so. Actually, I don't know.
Oh, tell
I
me,
feel like I
breathe,
had a
breathe.
lot of questions and now I'm like, whew, a lot
I
were
know.
answered, but yeah.
Okay, okay. So then this is what I want
Can
you
you
to do.
ask him a
Uh,
question?
yes, yes, yes. What is it?
Can you
Yes.
ask
What?
him if the yellow balloon was him?
Mm, mm. Oh, interesting.
Because
Hang
we
on.
had something really crazy happen.
Okay, so stay here. So remember, I haven't seen everything, right? And so he'll try. Um, that may be why I saw a thing about a balloon today. Hang on. But the yellow balloon was not originally your balloon, though, correct? Yeah, he says it came from heaven, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I said, did they have a balloon that did something weird? He was like, no, it came out of nowhere. And why? Where? Did it like just come out of nowhere in the sky and then like float like near you or something?
No, so my son found it, but then and he told me that it was a sign from his dad, and then I
Uh-huh.
sent it to his sister, and then his sister told me that she asked him for a yellow balloon as a sign.
Yes, then yes, that's
And
exactly.
I've just been
Yes.
like, "Is it really?" I'm like, "There's
Yes.
where? It was just in our house."
It was just that's it. That's why it just came out of nowhere. That's what he's talking about. And so for me, the only way it came out of nowhere is I've seen them going across the sky for no reason, and then they like fall to the ground. So that's what he's trying to show me is to mention that. So I'm going to have to say 1,000% yes. Okay. Now, the other thing I want you to do with this is where like my scientific mind comes into play. And this is where I want it to come into play for you. I want you, when you get off this call with me right now, I want you to take a couple minutes. I want you to have a good breather, and I want you to have a good ugly cry. And then I want you to say, okay, and you just do it in your brain, because I need you to speak the words, but in feelings. So I want you to think of like how I want feels, right? Instead of just saying, like, put feeling behind it and say, okay, I know the yellow balloon was you. Can you please show me another yellow balloon in the next couple of days? I love you. I can't wait to see it. That's what I want you to say. Okay. And then I want you to just put in the
Okay.
back of your brain, or Tupac. Hey, it may be a fucking yellow balloon with a Tupac face on it. Like, cause they do some creative ass shit over there. I promise you.
That'd be
Okay. And
insane.
so and no, it won't, like, believe me, things like that do happen. And so I want you to ask that. And then I want you to go about your normal day, not looking for it, because as soon as you go, I want to see it, I want to see it, you're actually creating a block and you're not going to see it. Okay. Because the act of wanting it means you believe that it will not happen. That's it. Okay. So I just want you to kind of like go about your day, ignore it, and then I swear to you, it's either going to be a physical yellow balloon. It may be that you're someplace and somebody's talking about a yellow balloon. It may be that you walk by and there's a yellow balloon on somebody's shirt. It may, all those things. Remember, that's all of that, and that would be him. And then what you do is you say thank you. You're probably going to have a good cry in a grocery store, and then you let it go, and then you ask him again for it.
All right.
Okay?
I'll do it.
That's what I want you to do. And then if you need me, or if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm here. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love
Thank
you,
you.
Lisa.
Bye. Love
Mwah.
you too.